Happy 4th of July. Happy Independence Day. Hope you're enjoying it. If you got the day off, hope you're celebrating, and hopefully your boss gave you Friday off. If you didn't get the day off, you're working. Appreciate you taking care of your line of work, whatever you do. When you go to the fireworks stand, it's never just buy one firework. You always get something extra, a little twofer sometimes. You get one Roman candle, they give you a sparkler or a snake, or maybe they give you a whole nother Roman candle. I got that for you here. I'm going to give you the four most explosive Houston Texans, the players that are going to create chaos and make us go, ooh, ah, with their play in 2024. And then as a bonus, I'm going to give you the four games on the Texans schedule that should have the most fireworks associated with them. Offense in those games. Let's get into it. And before I get to these explosive players, I need a disclaimer for you. Any good firework comes with a disclaimer. Hey, don't hold it in your hand. Run away after you light it. Here's my disclaimer for the explosive players. CJ Stroud's not on here. You know why? Because he's the guy that lights the fireworks more often than not. He's the torch, the lighter, the clicker, whatever it is that you use to light the fireworks. CJ Stroud is the torch. So he's not going to be on the explosive players list. I got a couple of offensive players, a couple of defensive players for you. And there's no better place to start than Nico Collins. Nico Collins had a breakout season in 2023. I expect him to be as good in 2024. He was healthy, getting another year deeper in this system, getting more in tune with CJ Stroud. I believe Nico Collins is going to be as explosive and maybe even more explosive than he was last year. I mean, think about Nico Collins, not only when he goes out there and catches the ball and he has some of the best yards per catch in the NFL, but after he catches the ball, how physical he is with defenders, how many times he's bowled over a guy for a little bit more. And I am just excited to see what Nico Collins brings to the table in 2024. Last year, he averaged 16.2 yards per reception. It was obviously a fantastic year. Once he got the ball in his hands, he was one of the top yards after catch guys. I believe he's 9th in the NFL in that stat. And, of course, physical once he gets the ball in his hands for the yards after catch. Nico Collins going to be one of the most explosive Houston Texans this year. How about sticking at the wide receiver spot? Tank Dell. I mean, Tank Dell was fantastic last year. His breakout explosive moment, the Jacksonville Jaguars game, week 3, when CJ Stroud found him down the sideline, that really finished off Jacksonville in that game. Stroud and Tank Dell is a connection that should be going for a really long time. We didn't get to see all of Tank Dell's rookie season because of the injury, but watching the workout videos, seeing him in OTAs and minicamp, Dell looks ready to absolutely explode this season. And think about this. With Stefon Diggs' addition, and hopefully the rushing attack getting a little bit better, it's going to be tougher to figure out who's defending Tank Dell. If Stefon Diggs and Nico Collins are on the outside, they're putting a slot wide receiver or slot cornerback on Tank Dell when he's in the slot at wide receiver, or they're putting a linebacker or a safety, or that's not good for the defense when they've got to try to defend Tank Dell. And then, oh, by the way, the mixing and the matching, the movement. Tank Dell is one of those guys that is the pre-snap motion guy for the Texans. It's hard to figure out exactly what he's going to do, but we know Tank Dell is going to be full of ooh and ah moments, just like your big fireworks celebration on the 4th. Shout out to a wide receiver who's not going to make the explosive list, okay, because I got 2 defenders I want to throw on there. So wide receiver that's not going to make the explosive list, but still was really impressive in his opportunities. 17.2 yards per reception, good for 4th in the league. Noah Brown for the Texans. Played one less game than Tank Dell, only had about 200 or so less yards than Tank Dell. Noah Brown, if healthy and consistently rotating in with that wide receiver room, you could see some explosiveness with Noah Brown. And like Nico Collins, once he gets the ball in his hands, he was running fools over. Just ask those Cincinnati Bengals as Noah Brown kept chugging along, setting the Texans up in field goal range ahead of that winner in Cincinnati last season. Now for 2 defenders, and I'm kind of cheating here because, well, what else can you do on defense to be explosive than sack the quarterback, blow up the quarterback's situation. And so it's a twofer on this one. Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson wrap up the four most explosive Houston Texans. Danielle Hunter with his sack total, fifth in the league last year, tied for first in tackles for a loss. He's obviously fantastic. And I can't get out of the back of my brain, sitting back here is Matt Burke, the defensive coordinator for the Texans, saying they believe there's maybe even a little bit more to Danielle Hunter's game in their system here in Houston. So that gets me very excited. It's like a candle, a Roman candle that you've never seen, or a firework that you've never seen exploded before. And it's going to explode all over offenses at NRG Stadium and on the road for the Texans this season. And then Will Anderson, I mean, it's a tried and true and steady, but you never know what type of improvements on your favorite firework will show up from year to year. And Will Anderson could be absolutely nasty. The sack stat, probably a little lower than most people expected, but he still had a nice productive season. And then his explosiveness is constant. Third in pass rush win rate, okay, as a rookie. Third in pass rush win rate as a rookie. Say that 10 times fast. It's not easy to say. And then as a run defender, one of the best winners as a run defender as a rookie. Second in that stat, according to ESPN. I mean, the explosions could be even bigger for Will Anderson. And if he starts to figure out the pass rush moves, that 7 sack number, that's going to keep going up, 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 up like a fantastic firework. And then boom, right there on a opposing quarterback, or 10 or 12 or 14, or don't threaten me with a good time. Will Anderson. Those are the most explosive Houston Texans coming up for 2024. A minute here for my friends at Platinum AC and Heating. If the wrong kind of fireworks happened inside your air conditioner and you need a repair or replacement, Platinum AC and Heating will take care of you. Repairs, replacements, tune-ups to make sure that AC is running efficiently and blowing the coldest air possible. The best prices, the best service in town is Platinum AC and Heating. Dwyane has decades of experience handling air conditioner servicing. From repairs, replacements, he uses the best products and brings you the best prices along with the best service in town. What more can you ask for from an AC guy? And when you need an AC guy, when you're sitting there in your hot house, you need the AC guy, and that's Dwyane at Platinum AC and Heating. Give him a call today, 832-777-3683, 832-777-3683. Don't sit in a hot house. Call Dwyane. Let him take care of your air conditioner needs, and you can talk some Texans with him too. He's a Texans fan just like you. Check him out, Platinum AC and Heating. Let's get to the games on the schedule that should have the most fireworks. So this is an exercise in determining exactly where all the offensive showdowns and shootouts are going to be on the schedule. And I've determined what I believe to be the 4 games that are going to be the fireworks games, the games that are just going to have a ton of offense from both sides, and it could go back and forth, and we might be looking at 34-31 when this thing is all said and done. I start with October 6th. The Buffalo Bills are in town. Now, there's a little extra potential for fireworks here with Stefon Diggs playing against his other team, but Josh Allen's one of the most dynamic players in all of the NFL. He's one of the best quarterbacks in football. And I know his wide receiver group isn't great, but they ran the football really well last year. James Cook finished 4th in rushing. They figured out a little bit how to do something after they changed offensive coordinators on offense with Joe Brady taking over. And Allen and that rushing attack were nasty. They beat up a bunch of people. They got red hot down the stretch and found themselves in the playoffs with a chance to make some noise. Coming to NRG Stadium early part of October, that should be a shootout. And why is it going to be a shootout? Because I trust that Josh Allen, James Cook, and company are going to move the ball. And I trust CJ Stroud to move the ball on that Bills defense as well. I mean, that's a defense that had to get rid of some mainstays on that defense in their secondary. They've got some younger guys they're betting on. They're betting on guys coming back from injury. It should be an offensive showdown between those two teams going back and forth in early October. Let's jump to November for the next game. How about the Motor City Kitties, the Detroit Lions coming to town? Sunday Night Football. The entire football world's going to be watching this one. It's going to be a blast. This is one of the most highly anticipated games on the entire schedule. I've talked to a bunch of my friends. I've talked to a bunch of people that cover other teams, that cover the Texans. This is one of the anticipated games. You just don't often see the Texans and the Lions both be as good as they're supposed to be and then play in primetime against each other. It's going to be a fun one. Jared Goff, Amon-Ra St. Brown, the couple of running backs that they've got, man, that could be a really tough offense to slow down in the early part of November for the Houston Texans. And then flipping it over, hey, the Texans offense, they got to be on their P's and Q's and take care of business, or Aiden Hutchinson's going to be breathing down CJ Stroud's neck. But I trust that both quarterbacks, the wide receiver talent, the running back talent, and even some of the defenders in that one will create lots of fireworks on Sunday Night Football. With the whole NFL world watching, the Texans and Lions are certainly going to deliver. Let's go to a week later and a day. Monday Night Football, the Dallas Cowboys, the Texans with the third of their 3 straight primetime games. That's going to be a fun one. It's Texas, it's Cowboys, it's Texans. You're going to have a lot of Houston fans up there. Dallas fans are not always the most welcoming. You might have fireworks in the stands and fireworks on the field. Dak Prescott, without a new contract, should be in business for Dak Prescott this year. CeeDee Lamb's one of the best wide receivers in football. They'll be trying to dial it up all day long. Cowboys a little iffy on the rushing attack heading into the season. Not quite sure about the other wide receivers that aren't CeeDee Lamb, but Dak and Lamb, that's enough to bring plenty of excitement to an offense. And then that Cowboys defense, hey, how about fireworks? Micah Parsons and his buddy CJ Stroud squaring off against each other over the course of that whole game. So not only do you have the Texas rivalry, which is sometimes friendly, sometimes not, but you got the Micah Parsons and CJ Stroud friendship getting tested a little bit with the offense versus defense when the Texans are on offense. That one's going to have plenty of fireworks. And again, Dak Prescott contract year, he's going to be looking for stats. He's a really good regular season quarterback. He's going to put plenty together to test the Houston Texans. Now you're saying to yourself, Cody, there's 3 games down. You got a lot to choose from. Maybe it's Baltimore when they come to town for Christmas. Maybe it's the Kansas City Chiefs when the Texans go to Kansas City to play the Chiefs. You're close. That's the right part of the schedule. Those are the wrong games, though. How about when the Miami Dolphins come to town on December 15th and you get 2 potentially incredible offenses, 2 offenses with the opportunity and the chance to be one of the top, if not the top offense in the league. Mike McDaniel, along with Tua Tagovailoa, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, the 17 running backs that they have that are good in Miami. They are an offensive juggernaut. And then their defense isn't very good. Betting on some guys coming back from injury and health getting better, and the Texans should be able to move the ball against the Dolphins as well. That's going to be one of the games that has the most wide receiver talent on the field at once. I mean, think about that. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Nico Collins, Stefon Diggs, Tank Dell, Noah Brown. The Odell Beckham is there, even though Odell's more washed than your favorite sweatshirt. He's going to be there. I mean, the wide receiver talent in that matchup, the quarterback play, the offensive minds coming from the Shanahan tree, Mike McDaniel working under Kyle Shanahan with Bobby Slowick. Obviously, Bobby Slowick in the same situation, having worked under Kyle Shanahan, working with Mike McDaniel. That one's got fireworks written all over it. All over. And the Texans are coming off of a bye week. So they should be well rested and ready to get after it on offense. That's part of the reason the Ravens and the Chiefs game didn't get the nod in this one. Just a shorter week. It's tougher to get geared up and get ready for that and to expect a lot of fireworks from that matchup. So the 4 matchups for the Texans that should provide the most fireworks in the 2024 season. How about when the Buffalo Bills come to town in early October? When the Motor City Kitties come to town in November? Just a few days later, the Dallas Cowboys in Dallas. And then in December, middle of the month, middle of the final month of the season, the Miami Dolphins and their high-powered offense coming to Houston for a mid-December showdown coming off the bye week. Those are the 4 fireworks-centric games on the Texans schedule for 2024. What say you? Did I miss a player from the explosive players segment? Did I miss a game that should have more fireworks? Let me know in the comment section down below if you choose to do so. And if you're headed down to the comment section on your way down there, throw me a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And in the description, find out more about our friends at Platinum AC and Heating. My guy Dwyane will take care of you. Sometimes when you find out how much it is to get your AC repaired or replaced or service, it makes your head go like a firework. That won't be the case with Dwyane at Platinum AC and Heating. He will keep the fireworks out of here. He will snuff out the fireworks. It'll be so cold in your house you can't even set off a firework. The best service and the best prices in town. Platinum AC and Heating. Give my guy Dwyane a call today. Number right there on the screen for you. Appreciate you watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Happy 4th of July, everybody, and I can't wait until we talk Texans again soon.